Hey guys, my hair looks crazy. Whenever y'all pop on, say hey to me so I can see who's here. Turn on my lights so y'all can actually see me. Hey Brandy. Hey Ashley. Hey Jamie. Okay. Hey Crystal. Okay, so I really wanted to talk to y'all about how to be more productive in your business, how to be less anxious in your business, especially during this season. It's Christmas, the holidays are here. You guys are busy, I'm busy, your leaders are busy. Like, we all have things going on in our life. We all have families. We all have extracurricular activities, especially right now with the holidays. And not to mention, most of you, if not all of you, have experienced exponential growth in your business, your personal business, and your team growing, your group growing, and you're like, how the heck am I keeping up, right? And I can bet that you guys feel the same because that's how I feel. And I know that if I'm feeling it, I'm not the only one. So what I did differently, and I'm not saying go out and do this, okay? Obviously, you need to look at how much money you're making in your business, and just, where your personal business is at. So, my husband's probably going to come in and interrupt because he's about to leave. Are you leaving? Okay. Bye. Love you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Stay warm. It's going to be cold. Love you.
No.
She can stay in, but just shut the door. Stay. Because Nolly's a queen. So, hey y'all. So, I know that if I'm feeling this way, I know that probably some of you are feeling this way. So what I did, I took a step back. If you're on my team page, you've probably seen that I've taken a bit of a step back. I haven't been posting as much. I haven't been doing as many trainings as I was doing. And I just want to let you guys know that if you did take a step back from your business, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. I'm still working, but I don't have to be present 24/7. Okay. It's not just my team, it's our team, and there's multiple people within a team, right? And there's no I in team. So guys, remember that. So I took a step back. I really thought hard about, okay, where is my anxiety coming from? What's causing me to be anxious? What is the thing that I hate doing? What's the thing that I'm avoiding because I don't want to do it? And so the main thing was my mail outs, my customer mail outs. And that's because I get a lot of it, making samples. Not that it's hard, it's just very time consuming. And so I always put that on the back burner. Like, oh, I'll make samples later. Oh, I'll do mail outs later. Oh, I'll do mail outs next week. It's okay if I skip this week. When in reality, it's really not okay if you skip it. And it's okay if you skip it, but if you continue to tell yourself, hey, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it whenever, and you keep putting it off, next thing you know, you have mail outs that are this long, this high, that you need to send out, and then you're getting more overwhelmed, you're getting more stressed. So, first things first, if you are stressed out, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get off this training, and I want you to go drink a bottle of wine. Maybe not a bottle. Sorry, not a bottle. Do what you want, but not a bottle. That's not what I'm suggesting. Go drink a beverage, okay, whatever your favorite drink is. Take a bath. Go for a walk. Hang out with people you love, okay? And tell your team that you will be back in 48 hours, okay? And tell them to respect it, okay? Don't respond to Teamy's text. Do whatever makes you happy, okay? So that's the first thing. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back. Figure out what's overwhelming you and take 48 hours off, okay? So I just had to tell one of my leaders that today. So take some time off. It's perfectly okay. I promise your team's not going to die, and you're not going to die. Your business isn't going to die. Just take the time off and focus on you. Recharge, okay? So that's why I always preach about self-care. If you're not taking care of yourself, you will have a meltdown eventually. You're going to eventually have a meltdown. And guess what? If you have a meltdown, it's perfectly okay. We all have freaking meltdowns. I have meltdowns 3 years in. Do you know how many meltdowns I've had in the 3 years I've been a consultant? Y'all, I couldn't even count on two hands. Like, I literally have had so many meltdowns, okay? So, all right. So this is what I did. I figured out what was causing me all of my stress, okay? What was I putting off? And what I did was I hired an assistant. And I pay her $10 an hour, and she comes over once a week, okay? She comes over every Tuesday at 1:30, and she stays for 4 hours, 3 hours. Today was 3 hours. Last week was 4 hours. It really just depends on like what I have for her and her schedule too. Like she's not, I told her like, hey, you don't have to stay until you finish all of this. Like you tell me when you have to leave, and that's perfectly fine, okay? So I hired an assistant. Now, that's why I said you need to do what's best for you. I pay her in money. But if you have to pay her in Cincy, aka using your host rewards to give her products for working, do that. I promise you it will change the game of your business. So many of you are in the position where you have seen so much growth and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to bulk sample and do my mail outs and send my thank you texts and write my thank you letters and reach out to my teamies and pull promotions and pull reports. How is one person supposed to do all of that? So this is what I did, okay? I found someone who is willing to help me for $10 an hour. That's $30 a week because she comes over once a week, basically 3 hours. That's her rough about time. It's a tax write-off. And she just helped me. What she did in those 3 hours would have taken me probably 24 hours to do because I'm so sidetracked, because I'm like, oh, I need to make these samples. And then while I'm doing samples, someone texts me and, a teamie texts me and they're like, oh, this is what I have going on. So then I've stopped the samples, start texting this girl because she's talking about quitting her business. And I'm trying to get her out of her head. And then while I'm in the middle of that, a customer texts me and they're like, hey, can you check the shipping on my recent order? When am I supposed to get it? So that's like 3 different things that I just started doing. And I'm just like, oh, can I just do one thing? Right? So I hired an assistant. This was my 2nd week of her coming and helping me. And I'm going to show you guys what I had her do. Week 1, last week, I literally just had her bulk sample and I had her put all of my club mail together. So now you can determine what you want your person to do, okay? But what I did was I had a list of everything I wanted her to do that day, and I printed out the labels. I already had all of the containers and stuff to make samples, and I made an example of each container so she knew what it was supposed to look like, okay? So what I had her do today was a game changer, and I know it's literally going to change my business. It already has. I already feel 100 times more productive from her being here for 3 hours today. She wasn't even here for a full 3 hours. She was only here for 2.5, and I paid her for 3. I paid her for over 3 because I was like, you're a freaking lifesaver. So this is what I did. Actually, yeah. Okay, so she did these samples. She did 2 different samples for me, okay? She did dish soap samples, okay? The other thing I've also done is I've simplified my labels. All of my labels look the same. My QR codes are the same. It leads them directly to my website, and it literally just has what the product is, okay? So she made dish soap samples. She made 50 of these. She made almost 60 of these. I think she probably made 50 because I think I ran out of the containers. I literally just got the Very Snowy Spruce in today, so that's what she made. These are majority for my club mail, but I always have some left over, so I put them in other mailers, and I'm going to show you guys, okay? The other thing she did was I had her categorize different mail outs. So for the next week, probably for the next 2 weeks, I have enough mail outs here to where if I get a PWS order, I can say, oh, okay, well, that order was $30. I can come over here to the customer mail outs less than $50, grab this, and literally all I have to do is, let me turn this around, sorry. All I have to do is grab the little thank you note that's already in the mailer, and write down my thank you note right here, pop it in, add my confetti, seal it up, put her address, okay? Pop it in the mail, okay? Or I can come over here and I can grab, let's say someone spent $80 with me, I can grab my $50 to $100 mailer right here, and same thing. The only difference is it has the exact same thing, except for this person is getting a cent circle, okay? She already has them labeled for me. I had her label them exactly how I wanted it, pop it in here. So all I have to do is flip it up, say, hey Jessica, thank you so much for ordering. You're gonna love those washer whiffs, okay? Pop it in. She literally has my, they are already labeled with my return address, my stickers, and my stamp, okay? Now, I am making like happy holiday stickers that will go right here. So that's really the only thing I have to add to it. So I'm gonna show you guys my different mail outs so you guys can see how I'm doing it, okay? Next, I'm gonna come over here to my greater than $100 mail out, already prepped and ready to go. And this one's gonna be a little more trickier simply because I'm gonna have to weigh it, use my stamps.com, but still so much easier because what was taking my time was, okay, what do I put in my orders, in my mail outs for my orders that are $60? And I'm over here like staring at everything in my office like, you know, I don't even remember. So that's why I had her do this today, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what I have in my mail outs. Please do what's in your means, okay? So first I'll start with the $20 mail out, okay? Or this is less than 50, okay? So I literally have, well, this one, of course. This one isn't accurate. Hold on, that's just because I ran out of something. Okay, so this is actually the one that's supposed to look like. So put this back. So this is less than $50, okay? Wait a minute. No. Anyway, we're just gonna improvise because this is what's supposed to be in here. Okay, so ready to go. I have a scratch and sniff sticker sheet. I already had these made at the beginning of the catalog season, and I was like, let me just go ahead and get them out, okay? So that's why I have this in here. If you don't have these made, do not make these, okay? We're almost into another catalog. Do not take the time to make these. Just saying, okay? So unless you already have the stickers ready to go, then do it. But don't be going to the family store and buying all this crap, okay? I already had it. That's why I'm using it. So they have a scratch and sniff sheet. They have a thank you card for me. They have a Scentsy Club postcard from me. They have a join flyer from me. They get some candy, okay? Pixie sticks are great to mail because they're flimsy and you can put them in with your 50-cent stamp, okay? I've never had a problem, but it might be where I live. I don't normally have a problem with my mail, so obviously you're going to have to gauge that on where you live, okay? And then the other thing that will be going in here is a felt sample, but I did not have her make those yet because my printer was acting up, so I couldn't print the stuff. But next week, a felt sample will be going in here, so it's ready to go, okay? So that way, for the ones that I ran out of these scratch and sniff, they have a sample in there, okay? So then literally seal it up, pop it in the mail once I put their address and their name and stuff on it, okay? So that is my less than 50. This is my 50. It's the exact same thing, except they're getting a cent circle, okay? And I don't have the little card in here, and that's because all of my people that get cent circles, their thank you note is on the back of this, okay? Now, I'll show you guys what I have in my greater than 100 mail outs. I already had these, so that's why I used them, and I don't have 20 of these made. I had her make 20 of these, each of these categories, but I only made her, I think I made her make 10 of these, or right around 10. That's just because that was what was left with the mail out, so. All right, let's see. Now, If someone spends $100 or more with me, they get spoiled from me, okay? Do what you can. I will say everything in this packet will probably cost me $3 or so to mail, really depending on the zip code. But in here, I have, oh, she put 2 of those in there. I had a lot of showcase brochures, a lot of them. So I was like, let's get rid of them, okay? They are labeled. They get a showcase brochure. They get a Scent of the Month flyer until I run out of them. They get a thank you flyer, a club flyer, and a join my team flyer, okay? They also get hot chocolate. And that's just because I had extras. They also get large samples, so they are getting a Very Snowy Spruce counter clean and the dish soap sample, okay? And I'm also giving them a cotton cleanup labeled on how to use it. And they also get a full-size wax sample. My stuff is not normally handwritten like that because it takes forever, but my stuff was not working today. And then because it's festive, she didn't put that in there. Because it's festive, they also get an ornament. Okay, I had these left over from last year, so I think this entire box probably cost me like $3. So they get an ornament, and then these little jingle bell things are going in there so it can sound jingly, festive when they receive it in the mail. And that's it, with some candy, okay? That's it. Now, if someone spends like a lot of money with me, plus they do get a scent circle, but I didn't put the extra products in these because it really depends on how much they ordered. Like if they spend $200 with me, obviously I'm going to give them more than just this. But this is just the basics. So I can be like, oh, okay, this person spent, $200 with me. I can already grab it. All the basics are in here. And then I can say, I have an extra bar of wax on hand. Let me pop that in here, okay? So that's really where I'm going with this. But they're ready to go. And I don't have to make them. I'm paying someone else to make them. So that's saving me time. So like while my assistant did all of this today, ready to go, what I did was I talked to one of my leaders on FaceTime. And then I had to get my office in order because it was stressing me out. So I reorganized my office. So I had a place for all those mail outs she was making to put them somewhere. And so I could feel more productive because I don't know about y'all, but when I am not productive when the space I work in is messy and not organized. So that's what I knew I had to do first. So that's what I suggest is hire someone and pay them in money or pay them in Scentsy with your rewards. I promise you it will change your business, okay? Even if it's you don't have to hire them once a week, y'all, okay? Base it off of where your business is, but hire them for once a month and have them do all of your bulk samples right then and there, okay? It might take them 4 hours, but that's $40 for an entire month. That's $10 a week, and you don't have to do samples, okay? I'm eventually going to get to the point with my assistant to where she has access to my Avery, and she has access to my Stamps.com and my Canva, so I can say, hey, can you go ahead and make these labels, because she already knows what they look like. Can you go on there and change out the product and print those off for me? And hey, can you, you've already made the mail outs. I just had someone order such and such. It's on my follow-up sheet. Can you get their address and send them this in the mail? So I'm just kind of, slowly working her in, but that's what I have planned because I need help, and I feel like my best time is focused on building leaders and helping other people build their business, right? An assistant can't do that, but they can put together little packages like this, and they can help you package orders, and they can help you make samples, okay? So take the things that are causing you the most stress or that are causing you to spend the most time on and give that to someone else to do, okay? Now I will say, all of these products, once I did say that I might have her start actually mailing them, but she will never take the role of me handwriting a letter. No one will ever take that from me, okay? My customers are my number one priority. They are the soul of my business. They are what keeps me going. So I will always handwrite their letter, no matter how big or how small their purchase is. I handwrite the letter, okay? So I hope that helped you guys. Please remember that you are only human, and you guess what? You're only one human. And a lot of you have seen so much growth, myself included, Katie included, Chloe included, all of our directors, leads, stars, SSCs, all of you have seen so much growth, okay? Whether it's with your PRV or if it's with your team and your group growing. We've seen so much growth in the last 4 months, 5 months. It's unreal. And it can get overwhelming. And it's okay if you're overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, I really do want you to take a step back, okay? Listen, if you're overwhelmed, I told my leader this today. She said that she was so overwhelmed and that she wanted to quit. And I was like, okay, you're not the only one that feels that way. I've felt that way. I can't even tell you how many times, okay? And this is what I want you to do if you feel this way. I want you to take a step back, okay? I want you to post on your team page, and I want you to say, hey, I'm taking the next 24, 48 hours off, however much you want to take off. Don't be crazy with it, okay? I'm taking this time off. Please respect that. This includes private messaging me. And reach out to 2 or 3 of your leaders, your top producers, the people who show up constantly on your team page, and say, hey, Sarah, this first name popped in my head because she's one of my leaders. Hey, Sarah, do you mind taking care of the team page while, I take care of myself so you can fill your cup up? Because once you do that, you are going to come back so much stronger and with so much more energy, and you're going to be able to take care of your team, your customers, your family, yourself even better, okay? So if you find yourself wanting to quit or, getting stressed out over just like the smallest things, take a deep breath, take a step back, take a day or 2 off of your business. Take 3 days off, okay? Take 4 days off. I wouldn't go past 4. I think 4, you're coming up. You're coming back recharged 100%, okay? But you know what's best for you, and it's okay to take a step back. Guess what? Your team's not going to die. Your group's not going to die. Your customers aren't going to die. You're not going to die. I promise you they will still keep thriving. Because at the end of the day, we have to remember that every single one of us, we are called an independent Scentsy consultant, right? So whether you have a sucky sponsor or the best sponsor ever or the best director ever or the suckiest director ever, whatever you think you have, guess what? You're an independent business owner, baby. That means that you create your own success, okay? You go and train yourself. You don't wait around for other people to train you. You don't wait around for other people to post some labels so you can use them. You go out and you do it yourself, okay? So your teamies will survive. If they want to be successful in this business, they are not going to sit around and wait on you. Okay? So, you guys got this. Thank you. My wall is kind of crazy. I still haven't finished it. It was a random on the whim type thing. But you guys got this. I love y'all. Katie loves y'all. Y'all have literally rocked it out. And I can promise you that you're not the only one that gets overwhelmed, okay? I get overwhelmed. And you guys might not see that because I don't want you guys to see that. I do want you guys to see that, but, it's hard for some people to show when they're struggling. So, if you're struggling, post on this page and say, hey, I'm struggling. Does someone have any advice? Okay? And take a deep breath and go take a bath with a bottle of wine. That's all I gotta say. So, if you guys want, I can, so I will say I got this mail out like tracker system from Chloe. But mine aren't exactly like hers. I kind of took hers and then I just went for it based off of like what I normally send my people. And I already know that this is going to be a game changer. So if you are in the position where you can hire a consultant, hire an assistant, okay? Ask your neighbor's kid to come over. If you have a teenager in the area, in high school, tell her to come over, or him, and say, hey, do you mind helping me for 2 hours? Pay them in Scentsy. Give them $20. Y'all, I promise you your business will thank you. Okay? Okay? Don't wait until you're an SSD to get an assistant. I wish I got one back when I was a director. Back when I was a superstar consultant. Okay? It would have saved me so much time, energy, sleep, all of it. Okay, so you guys got this. Go out and kick some ass. Get organized. Hey, another thing, actually, while we're here. I don't know if this helps you guys, but I literally have everything labeled, okay? So this, once my assistant, like, gets fully acclimated into, like, what I want her to do, she can come in here and do all this herself, okay? It's almost like she's going to be a consultant, basically. So I have everything labeled. What is what, and so it's easy access. Like, this is my entire, this is tissue paper, team gifts, shred paper, sample supplies. This is all team stuff right here. So scent circles, scent packs, car bars, labels, stickers. So get organized, and that way too, like, if your kids are going to help you, I got this label system from Chastity Robinson. Chastity Robinson is one of the most organized people I've ever met. I wish that I could be that organized, but I'm really trying. But I never believed in like labeling things, but she made a really good point. Her husband and her son help her with certain things. And so by labeling things, when you have people helping you, you can say, hey, go to the bin that's labeled yada, 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 and get me that. So that way, when you say, hey, go get me a car bar, they're not looking around your office like, oh, what's a car bar? Oh, no, they can come right here and grab this entire container and bring it to me. Okay, so it might take you some time to sit down and actually get organized, but once you do it, it will save you time. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for joining my TED Talk. That's about it. I'm about to go eat some pizza. I love y'all. Bye.